Sammy lived in a small village. It nestled between rolling hills. The village was called Willow Creek. Sammy loved to play in the whispering woods. The trees there were old and tall. Their leaves whispered secrets in the wind.
One sunny afternoon, I went exploring. I skipped along the path. I hummed a happy tune. The forest seemed to smile down at me.
Sammy reached his favorite clearing, a place he often visited to find peace and solitude. Sunbeams danced on the moss, creating a magical atmosphere. As he looked around, he saw something sparkling in the distance. It lay nestled amongst the roots of an old oak tree, partially hidden but unmistakably radiant. He bent down to look closer, his heart pounding with curiosity. It was a feather, but unlike any he had ever seen before.
The feather shimmered in the sunlight, casting tiny reflections all around. It was a beautiful golden color, so vivid and bright that it seemed almost unreal. It seemed to glow with a light of its own, as if it held some kind of ancient magic. I carefully picked it up, feeling a sense of awe and wonder. It felt warm and strangely comforting in my hand, as if it was meant to be found by me. I knew I had found something special, something that would change my life forever.
Sammy wanted to find the feather's owner. He felt it was important. He started walking deeper into the woods. He wasn't scared. He felt guided by the feather's warmth.
Lost, little one?
I'm looking for its owner.
Follow the stream. It will lead you to her.
Sammy walked for what seemed like hours, his small feet crunching on the forest floor, the dense canopy above casting dappled shadows. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves, but Sammy's mind was focused on his journey. He followed the winding stream, determined and hopeful. The water's gentle babble was a comforting companion, guiding him through the twists and turns of the forest. Sammy knew that the stream would eventually lead him to his destination, though he wasn't sure what that would be. Along the way, he encountered a little fox caught in a thorn bush. The fox's eyes were wide with fear, and it whimpered softly, unable to free itself. Sammy's heart went out to the creature, and he knew he had to help.
It doesn't belong to me, he thought, resisting the temptation to keep the feather for himself. The golden feather was beautiful, shimmering in the light, but Sammy knew that taking it would be wrong. He placed it back where he found it, feeling a sense of pride in his decision.
With great care, Sammy helped the fox, gently removing the thorns one by one. The fox winced but remained still, as if understanding that Sammy was trying to help. Once the last thorn was removed, the fox licked Sammy's hand in gratitude before scampering off into the underbrush. His journey led him to a wide, fast-flowing river that sparkled magically. How could he cross? The river was too wide to jump and too fast to swim. Sammy stood at the edge, pondering his next move, feeling a mix of frustration and determination.
A deer appeared as if from nowhere, dipping its head and offering Sammy a ride on its back. The deer seemed almost magical, its eyes filled with wisdom and kindness. Sammy hesitated for a moment, but the deer's gentle demeanor reassured him.
Trusting the deer, Sammy climbed on, a mixture of fear and determination on his face. As the deer carried him across the river, Sammy felt a sense of wonder and gratitude. He knew that his journey was far from over, but with friends like these, he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The deer carried Sammy safely across the river, its hooves splashing gently in the water. Sammy held on tightly, feeling the strength and grace of the deer beneath him. As they reached the other side, the forest seemed to welcome them with open arms, the trees whispering secrets of old. The feather glowed brighter, guiding him to a clearing bathed in sunlight. The light danced on the leaves, creating a magical atmosphere. Sammy felt a sense of peace and wonder as he followed the glowing feather, its light leading him deeper into the heart of the forest. In the middle stood the most beautiful bird Sammy had ever seen. Its feathers shimmered with every color of the rainbow, and its eyes sparkled with wisdom and kindness. Sammy could hardly believe his eyes. The bird seemed almost too magnificent to be real.
I found this, he said, holding out the feather. I brought it back to you. His voice was filled with awe and respect, and he hoped the bird would understand the significance of his gesture.
The bird smiled and sang, "Thank you." Her voice was like music, filling the air with a melody that seemed to come from the very heart of the forest. Sammy felt a warmth spread through him, as if the bird's song was a blessing in itself.
The golden bird leaned down, gently touching Sammy's forehead with her wing. A soft glow emanated from the point of contact, and Sammy felt a surge of energy and happiness. It was as if the bird was sharing a part of her magic with him.
"You are a kind and courageous boy," she said. "Your kindness will be rewarded." Her words were filled with sincerity and warmth, and Sammy knew that he had made a friend for life in the golden bird.
She flapped her wings, creating a shower of golden sparkles that rained down on Sammy, filling him with warmth and joy. The sparkles seemed to dance around him, wrapping him in a cocoon of light and happiness. Sammy felt a deep sense of gratitude and knew that this moment would stay with him forever.